assorted tingles, and it's the second part of my Tekkit Classic World tour. Yay. So basically I am rambling about my Tekkit world, a very old Tekkit world, more than 10 years old. Yeah. So this is where we were left off in the part 1. So this is where all my mining machines, quarries, send their stuff. This here sorts all the items to different pipes. So for example, all the ores, which there's not so many ores in Tekkit Classic if you compare to other mod packs like Feed the Beast or whatever. There's just copper, tin, silver and gold, and then there's iron, and everything else does not exist in this version of Minecraft. All the natural stuff goes into the EMC making machine here, which turns them slowly into iron, which I need. And uranium goes to my refinement machine, and all the valuables get into a different part where they are sorted into different storage units. Yeah. And this machine here is a filter. It takes 8 iron ingots at a time, and they go into a really fast furnace and get turned into refined iron, which then gets back to my storage unit. I really should increase the speed of my refined iron production because I'm constantly out of it. I think these are just random stuff. This is my original workspace from the very early days. You can see that because normal furnaces and a stone sword are still here. Oh, and this loop here, it makes sure that I have enough cobblestone in my ender chest. And sometimes, as you have seen, sometimes it throws cobblestone out of the pipe because it does. This corner here decides if it's gonna go here or if it's gonna go there, and while the cobblestone is going to the chest, it might get full again, and then it's just thrown to the floor. So that timer and this transposer are just throwing them into some lava and getting rid of them. Yay. This lamp is very old. I don't know if it's still connected to anything. Alright. This used to be where all my machines were when I had just a few of them, and it wasn't very fancy, but now there is just my uranium refinement. So raw uranium comes from the mining machines to this compressor, which is still getting its power from the old geothermal energy plant and a bat box and copper wires. So it refines them, turns it into an ingot, and then all the uranium goes into the basement where another machine is putting them into tin containers where they become uranium cells that can be used in the nuclear reactors, and anything else goes in here, but I guess there is nothing else that is coming to this machine. This room is quite new. I recently upgraded my network, so this is the base router of the whole network. Well, it doesn't have any clients at the moment, and this is a computer that is able to send updates, software updates to all the routers computers. I usually open VS Code on the side on another monitor to actually edit the code. You know, I'm kind of making it complicated, but I really enjoy programming ComputerCraft, especially the old version, because it has certain limitations. I think this one, I think this is just waiting for me to continue working on the new power plant control system. Yeah. But even this one has one other router connected to it, so if anything were to if a computer somewhere was going to look for another computer, I think this one would receive it as well. Yeah. Here is like a control room. This used to be an office, but now it just has a bunch of monitors. This is the old power plant control system. I think it still has the control. Yeah, it still. Oh yeah, right. It controls all of them still. I even have a coal backup system, which gets all the coal from the quarries. So if I wanted to, yeah, I could turn on the coal backup plant from here if I wanted. This computer can remotely turn on and off any controllable parts of the factories. For example, here I have a view of all the different production units I have. So for example, at the moment my fuel making machine, fuel refinery, is not running as I don't have any oil, so I have turned it off. Here I'm going to later create a bunch of information screens for my different power plants I have. So I'll probably have some stats of solar power and stats of lava power and so on. Now we are above the main base area. Here is my very old oil refinery, which basically creates fuel from oil. I haven't used it in ages and it's very old. As you can see, it uses some redstone torches, which are not the best option, but yeah, they work. And here I have my fuel storage, which goes quite high, and a bunch of combustion engines, which act as a backup power supply. I think when I was upgrading my power plant, I used this to run my quarries, because the energy links were not working, of course. So yeah, this sends all the energy to the quarries and various other machines. Okay, what do we have here? One other control computer. This here is my circuit making machine, whatever I could call it. It basically creates circuits, both advanced and regular circuits, and the problem at the moment is that it's not very balanced, as advanced circuits are used very rarely and the normal circuits are used quite often by different machines in the factory. So this sometimes gets filled up with advanced circuits when these run out. So I really should make a smarter system, probably a computer-controlled system. Also, here I am cheating a little bit because this machine generates glowstone dust and this one generates redstone. Well, I have redstone coming from the mines, I just haven't use how do I say it? UU matter. You know, the stuff you get from a recycling machine or whatever it is. It creates stuff from electricity, and that I do have, so I could use that to create glowstone. But yeah, for now it's using those. Oh, over here I have the rest of my power flowers, and yeah, there's 8, I remembered correctly. So the output of all these get gathered. This is awfully complicated, I know. It gets collected and it's sent downstairs. Oh, that's not downstairs. And it goes into the main power flower. So I basically have a lot of EMC that I can use whenever I need it. There is also a very fancy switch here that I can use to turn off the upstairs part. Okay, was there anything else up here? Well, here are just a bunch of link computers. This one just hangs here in the middle, and this one is, I think this one was for the old nuclear power plant connection or something like that, and now I'm using the new one, so this is just receiving some ping and router messages from the new system that it does not recognize, and I hope it doesn't send them anywhere. Alright, but I'm too afraid to shut it down because something could stop working. Alright. Okay, let's go downstairs next. So this is the basement, but not the basement of the basement. Here I have just a simple refined iron making machine, so some of the iron from the mining machines comes here and gets turned into refined iron, and then some of it gets turned into machine blocks, which are the base of many industrial craft machines. Yeah, and they sent all the stuff upstairs. Here is a very fancy transformer factory, which creates transformers, or 3 types of them, and they are then needed here in the solar panel factory, which ultimately the only goal is to make as many high voltage solar panels as it can, but they take quite a while to make because you need 8 solar panels which create low voltage panels, then you need 8 of them, and then medium, and then finally you will get an HV solar panel. But it's making its progress very slowly. Yeah. Here you can see how the different ender chests are being used to get the resources to all the crafting stations. For example, this automatic crafting table is making normal generators, which are then taken via this pipe to this one, which makes the LV solar arrays and so on. And I think here somewhere, yeah, here I'm making furnaces, and this one is making machine blocks, and this one is making what? Generators, maybe. Wait, what? Oh, this one is making the basic solar panels, and this one is making generators. Yeah. So you can get as complex as as you want with these machines. Oh no. Okay. And here is the timer that gives the pulse to all these machines, and it can be turned off from the computers. And this is a receiver. If it gives the signal to this one, it will turn off. Yeah. And that's how the control system works in most of my factory parts. Alright. Here. This is the cheating station, I think. Here I am generating all the lava I need in my geothermal power plants. I know I don't feel very well about this. I don't feel very good about this because it feels like cheating, generating stuff from, thin air. But yeah, and this one actually, yeah, I am going to turn this one off now because I don't need it anymore. I have the tree farm. I think I have just forgotten to turn this off. I'm gonna disassemble it later. Oh, here. This is where all the refined uranium comes from, the old part of the factory. And yeah, and now it's very good practice to just have radioactive materials go in pipes and then be next to them. But in these versions of industrial craft, radiation isn't really a thing unless your reactor is going to explode. So yeah. So this one is preparing all the fuel for my nuclear power plants. Well, both of them, there's two. Yeah. And they go to an ender chest so that I can fill the reactors automatically. Okay. Here. Oh, I think this is one of the newest ones. For a long time I wanted to automate making transposers and filters, and well, making transposers is easy, you just need basic parts. But for making filters you need these freaking balls, red topped wafers, and you need an alloy furnace for them. And to make these balls you also need an alloy furnace, and you need a freaking saw, and it's so complicated. So I took it as a challenge, and here we go. This alloy furnace creates these silicon things, and there is a computer. It counts how many items there are in the inventory and then puts coal or sand into them if they are needed. And here as well, yeah, it's using a hand saw to make these. And then yet another alloy furnace, and it's generating these. And finally here, oh my god, I've been using stakes as limiting devices. And this one finally creates the filters. Yay! And this is all just very complicated. What is this one doing? Wafer-o-matic, but is this... What does this one do? Oh, it's the transposer one. Yeah, that's nice. And I think I have some more somewhere here. Oh yes, alright. Above the wafer-o-matic is the gear-o-matic, which just makes gears. Because I got bored of making the gears myself. diamond. And I kinda like the design. All the automatic crafting tables are there's just they are very close to each other, so the design was fun to make, even if it's not pretty. It's quite fun. Alright, on here is a work in progress. I want to automate making all the dyes, you know, the colors. So I think I should have some other first basic colors, because I have an automatic flower farm, so that I can get all the dyes from it. And ultimately I want to make an automatic factory which makes these insulated wires, because they are a pain in the backside to make, because you need to make all these alloys. So yeah. Alright, what do we have here? Alright, this is taking cacti from my cactus farm and making green dye out of it. This is a very simple machine, and I'm just using a computer for, you know, as a timer, because I think it's cheaper to make a computer than to make a timer. Okay, do we have anything else in this factory, or do we need to go outside next? Alright, I think I didn't show the new office, which is on the top of the mountain. So basically, I'm gonna make a control center and an office here. It's work in progress, and I have a to-do list here. Yay! Alright, I think I'm gonna continue in another video. I hope that you were able to enjoy this ramble in my Tekkit world. Please feel free to leave a comment or even a like, and I hope to see you